Welcome back to Charlie Talks Global, where today we're diving into the vibrant cultures that make our world so fascinating.
Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a company, right, known mainly for blind box toys.
Yeah.
You know, those little mystery figures. Imagine them achieving gross profit margins like Hermès, luxury giants. It just it feels like a mismatch, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah, on the surface. But we are talking about Pop Mart, and their recent rise has been almost unbelievable.
Right.
And a massive part of that story is the breakout success of their IP, Labubu.
That's really the heart of it, I think. So our mission today is to properly understand how this toy company has hit such stellar financial heights.
Yeah.
And the critical role Labubu plays, and what their really aggressive global strategy means going forward.
Exactly. By the end of this, you should have a pretty unique perspective on how a cute little monster character became this kind of financial powerhouse.
Okay, so let's start with the numbers.
Yeah.
Because they really paint a picture of, wow, just incredible speed. First half of 2025, Pop Mart's revenue, it soared up by an astonishing 204.4% to 138.76 billion RMB.
Staggering.
And then you look at their net profit, it exploded, 385.6% up to 46.82 billion RMB.
Yeah.
I mean, that's already more than their entire profit for all of 2024.
And what's truly striking here, beyond just the raw growth, is Pop Mart's gross profit margin. It jumped from 64% to, get the 70.3%. That's huge.
70.3%.
Yeah. And this isn't just, a number. It signals incredible pricing power, really efficient production, allowing them to keep a profit margin you normally only see in high-end luxury.
Like you mentioned with Hermès.
Exactly. Hermès, the absolute pinnacle of luxury, right? They had a 70.3% gross margin in 2024, so Pop Mart is right there.
Why?
Even LVMH Group, another luxury giant, was at 67%. Now, compare that to someone in their own space, like 52 TOYS, they're around 40% margin.
Big difference.
Huge difference. And the key drivers for Pop Mart getting there, well, it seems to be higher pricing overseas, cutting back on externally sourced goods, really optimizing procurement costs, and, interestingly, lower authorization and mold fees, too.
And clearly, that kind of performance, that efficiency, it hasn't gone unnoticed by investors.
Not at all.
Their market cap has more than doubled just since March 2025. It's now over 420 billion Hong Kong dollars.
Incredible.
But behind those, frankly, stunning financials, there's this character that's just grabbed global attention, hasn't there? We have to talk about Labubu.
Labubu.
This little monster character has, rocketed to global fame. And, celebrity endorsements haven't hurt. People like Lisa from Blackpink, the Thai princess, apparently, Rihanna, Madonna.
Yeah, that reach is incredible.
And Labubu's the Monsters family. That IP line, it now accounts for nearly 35% of Pop Mart's total sales. Almost 35% from one IP family.
And what's fascinating, too, is the shift in what they're selling. Plush toys, where Labubu really dominates, have actually overtaken figurines as Pop Mart's #1 category.
Really? Plush toys?
Yeah. Plush product revenue grew, wait for it, 1,276.2%.
100%.
1,276%. And what's more, the company says it can now produce 30 million plush toys per month. That's almost their entire output for all of 2024, just in plush, every month.
That's insane scaling. It really shows how they can react to demand.
It absolutely does. Remarkable responsiveness and scaling capability.
And that kind of, production shift really speaks to their wider strategy too, doesn't it? Because in China, they seem to be playing it a bit more cautiously.
Right.
Planning a net increase of fewer than 10 stores this year, focusing more on optimizing the, 443 stores they already have there.
Exactly. But globally, totally different story. It's full throttle.
Yeah.
The overseas growth is just phenomenal. Overseas market income shot up by 439.6% to 5.59 billion RMB.
It's 400% growth overseas.
Yep. They've got 140 overseas stores right now, but the plan is to blow past 200 by the end of the year. That works out to 3 new stores opening somewhere in the world every single week.
3 a week? Where are they focused?
Well, big flagships, like a huge 766 square meter one in Bangkok. They had a massive opening in Germany. Apparently, queues were 6 hours long.
Wow.
And big plans for the U.S., over 60 stores planned just this year. And here's a killer stat. North America and APEC sales nearly equal last year's domestic sales.
So North America and Asia Pacific combined are almost matching what China did last year.
Correct. It suggests this like almost instant global acceptance of the IP. It's not a slow burn.
Okay, so this brings us right to the big question for anyone looking at this, especially investors. Can this IP heat last? What are the risks when one IP like Labubu becomes so dominant?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, or maybe billion-dollar question here. CEO Wang Ning, he addresses this head-on. He says Pop Mart sees itself as more of a platform company.
A platform?
Yeah, supporting a whole portfolio of different IPs, not just Labubu. He even compared a dominant IP, like Labubu potentially is, to Mickey Mouse, arguing that, an IP being too big isn't automatically a bad thing or unhealthy. He actually sees it as a sign of huge commercial value that's only just starting to be unlocked, especially once it gets truly world-class.
So his view is Labubu getting huge isn't the risk, it's the opportunity if they manage it right on a global scale.
Precisely. It kind of challenges how we usually think about, toy companies or even IP management.
So when you look at all this,
right?
What does it tell you about how, creativity, a really hot IP, and this kind of strategic global push can take what seems like a niche product and elevate it to these unexpected financial heights?
Especially now in this sort of self-pleasure consumption economy where people buy things just for personal joy.
Look, I think this meteoric rise suggests potentially a new blueprint for these IP-driven brands. It shows the potential to reach luxury-level valuations and have real global cultural impact. It's way beyond just selling the physical items.
So here's a final thought, something for you to maybe ponder on. How deep can this golden mine of a truly global IP actually go? Not just thinking about sales figures, but how much can it shape consumer culture, maybe even future market trends?